Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Microglasses and today let me take you to the world of narrative art. Today's story is Aviksha. What comes to your mind when you think of the word Aviksha? A girl, mother, daughter, somebody's wife, or even a female. XX genotypically. But the last thing to come in mind is a person, human to be very precise. But if you search for its meaning and origin, you will find that it is a Sanskrit word which means gift of God. Aviksha can be a woman who lives in your neighborhood or farther away. Aviksha can be you too. If you think, Aviksha can also be a man who understands tears are even for him. He cries every now and then when he needs to dilute his emotions. Aviksha is also nature, which holds up its being alongside. Aviksha acclimatizes, mutates, and adapts according to its surroundings. Here in this painting, you can see brown, orange, green, blue, and red as the main colors. The brown is the representation of a mountain. The orange locks of Aviksha represents free-flowing water. It depicts freedom and independence of one's own. The green in this represents the plants, the forest, the sanctuary, the national parks, biosphere reserves, and the wildlife living within it. Just like the color itself, it is quite exotic to everyone. The eyes depicts the ocean and its depth. Just like the sea, Aviksha's eyes hold up many mysteries. It sparkles just like how the sea sparkles under the sun. The lips portray civilization. It causes chaos whenever it moves apart, somehow similar to the civilization when there is a difference in the opinion. These are not to be scaled, but if they run out of proportion from its true form, if this happens, Aviksha would dismantle. You can take it as whatever you want. Aviksha is undefined. One fine day, Aviksha was barren and suddenly a wildfire broke through. The wildfire burned Aviksha's face. It burned to the point about 60% of it got devastated, to a point it couldn't even revive. The carcasses lay in every corner of Aviksha's face. Then the lips started talking. They were asking questions about how to recover Aviksha's face. How can it be done when it is barely possible for them to revive from the fire? They started gathering funds from different areas. Some even raised questions about whether it is a political agenda, a propaganda to behold. Was it really? But the question is whether Aviksha would be able to look upon a mirror to see her face, or would he have a burnt mustache? The question remains. After a few days, Aviksha found its eyes to have an irritation. What must have happened to it? Some said, the smoke must have caused it. the eyes to be blurry. Some said, absolutely not. The dumped in plastic, the huge mess of the ocean, must have obstructed Abiksha's vision. Just like how aquatic animals couldn't even breathe anymore. The lips started raising funds once again. They thought that Abiksha should recover at least from this. Then finally, the day for the surgery of Abiksha's eyes came. The smoke and the plastics were minute in nature, which could not be easily tracked, and Abhiksha's eyes were huge, full of death. So the doctor felt the need for more doctors to help him. So the doctor summoned the lips once again for asking them to gather more doctors. So the lips thought that they must do something to help Abhiksha this time finally. The lips went out of their zone. They went to extreme ends to help Abhiksha. Then suddenly, outbreak of a contagion occurred. Abhiksha's lips got chapped. The lips were asked to maintain social distancing then, so that the flakes of their dead skin would not rise in the air and contaminate Abhiksha's eyes even more. So they thought of wearing a mask around them. The flakes were so lightweight that even a mask could not contain it. This spread out throughout the civilization like the wildfire and made everybody sick. It may be concluded from this that is a quite similar story to the structure of an atom. Just like how protons, being in the center, attracts the electrons around it in a structure of atom, Abhiksha could be held up in form only if all of us. Abhiksha is made up of in the technique of modern day abstract art. Abstract art in general does not attempt to represent an accurate depiction of virtual reality, but instead use shapes, colors, forms, and gestural marks to achieve the effect. The different forms of abstract art are surrealism, Dadaism, Cubism, and Fauvism. Surrealism basically focuses on the unconscious mind, whereas humor is the basic element of Dadaism. Cubism basically focuses on 2D surface of picture plane, which employ geometric shapes in depiction of human and other forms. Fauvism, on the other hand, is a radical use of unnatural colors that separate the color from its usual representational and unrealistic roles, giving new emotional meaning to the color. The piece Aviksha is inspired from one of the paintings of Thomas Fedro. This painting is a classic example of Cubism, and Thomas Fedro is one of the masters who does it the best. As you see, the strong outlines separate each shapes from one another, creating a harsh edge. It tells us how structured form of life can be. It is made in watercolor, though the original art was in acrylic. The colors used in it are burnt sienna, iridian green, crimson red, and sap green. This is a soul depiction of my unconscious mind. But in an abstract painting, the frame of reference remains always open to the reader's perception. It depends on the perceiver's mind of how they read it. The transcending energy of the painting also depends on the perceiver, how they engulf it and how they portray it. The paper used in this is watercolor paper, and this helps us doing it quite well. Let me know in the comments down below how you like this first session of narrative art. If you have any idea, don't forget to write down in the comment section below. Like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Till then, be yourself and rock it. Peace out.